Osio. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me see how many people are in the house. If anyone is in the house, let me know how the audio is, if you can hear me. Wait a minute. All right, let me see something. Okay, I don't. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. I don't hear anything. No audio. Oh, it's because it's no audio. Okay, we're good. We're good. Oh, because we're good. Okay. Hey, Oshio. Witi Achuluni. Welcome to the Red Road East. I'm your host, Fierce Truth Seeker. Oh man, I know it's been a long time since I've done any shows on YouTube, but my schedule has just been so hectic until it's been hard juggling and bouncing, um, my personal and business life. But, today our show is just going to be a show to check in with y'all, and just let y'all know that I'll have more content coming very soon. The parade is going to be happening very shortly, in a matter of weeks. So, wanted to remind y'all of that. Whoever can come. I know a lot of the people who watched this show came out last year despite the rain. We had a good turnout. We had real troopers that came and supported, and coming from all over the country and out of the country. And I hope to see even more this year. Hopefully, we'll have favorable weather, but we do it rain or shine. Yeah. But oh, cousin Awanasa is in the house. Hey, cousin, how you doing? Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to really touch bases with everybody. Uh Yesterday was, well, this whole not Memorial Day, this whole Labor Day weekend is the Shinnecock powwow. I was out there yesterday and we had a good time. Got a chance to enjoy some good festivities, see faces that I hadn't seen in a while, and meet some new people as well. And yeah, we had a good time. And updates on the book. Uh, the book, well, the book is available now. There are some edits that I want to do in the book, but yeah, I'll be doing that soon. But yeah, for the most part, the book is available. But I do want to do some edits. There was a couple of little, typo and grammatical errors. I'm a stickler, and that was more so because of the, when you're transferring this stuff over, sometimes, you hit one wrong button and it throws words out of alignment and things of that nature. So, it's those type of glitches that I caught, and I didn't catch it until after the book went to publishing. But yeah, some people don't mind. It's just me being a real stickler. you know. But yeah, that's the update on the book. But yeah, back to Shinnecock. Yeah, it was nice out there yesterday. And I did get some footage, which I will be sharing with you all pretty soon. I have a couple of people that I'm going to be interviewing that I met out there. Um, and some people that I already knew, but I've never had on the show, never had the chance to interview them for the show. So that'll be coming up. So, just stay tuned. And yeah, how are y'all doing? If y'all are anybody in the chat, want to talk about, what y'all are doing this weekend, you know, feel free. But yeah, also, I'm gonna be another reason why I haven't done a whole lot of things on YouTube is I'm not gonna be utilizing YouTube's platform as much. I'm gonna be utilizing other venues. I'm looking into Patreon. I'm looking into a couple of other suggested venues that people have told me about. So stay tuned for very soon. I'm going to direct y'all, to those other avenues because YouTube has not been good to the Red Road East. Someone doesn't like the Red Road East. Okay. And they've been targeting my show. And, plus YouTube has, they go crazy with the censorship and things of that nature. And, they don't always follow the law because when I share videos and I put up the Fair Use Act disclaimer, they still take my videos down, and they're not supposed to do that. Okay. But yet other channels do it and they get away with it. So, there's some bias on the part of YouTube, in regard to matters like that. So that's why I'm going to be looking at other platforms to utilize. Okay. So that's another reason why I haven't been doing a whole lot of content, because they restrict a lot of my freedom to be creative. Okay. So, yeah. And yeah, so what else is going on? Again, the parade is coming up soon. That's going to be the Saturday following Columbus Day. Okay. And that's, pretty much it. I just really wanted to touch bases and let y'all know that, I am going to be utilizing other platforms. Okay. I'm pretty much done with YouTube. That's not to say that I'm not going to be doing things on YouTube. I'm still going to maintain the channel. It's just that I'm going to be doing more content on other platforms. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. We got someone else is in here. Itawam Barango. I hope I'm not butchering that name. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for checking in. Yeah, she is fine. Thanks for asking. Yeah. And let's see what else has been going on. Yeah, I just been, doing a lot of working. Um work. By the time I get home from work, I'm exhausted, man. I travel very far daily, to get to my job and back, you know. That's another thing too. And just been really focusing on trying to be more take care of more of my business. I've been neglecting a lot of, you know, personal business that I had been needing to attend to. That's another thing too. So what else is going on in the community? Yeah, I've been following it's just what's trending now. They're talking about this whole thing with hip hop. I've been following the conversation that's been going on, and there's been a big thing about people trying to take away the credit from those who created hip hop. And as y'all know, I'm a big hip hop head. I'm into, you know, a lot of different genres of music, indigenous music, the whole diaspora music, as well. But, what's been going on, I've been, following that lately. It's been a big discussion with regards to who created hip hop. Did Caribbean folk created did Caribbean folk create hip hop under that banner of Caribbean, meaning uh, people from both Latin America and the English speaking Caribbean, in particular, uh, Puerto Ricans and other people from the Caribbean, you know. And they just celebrated, I think it's 51 years now. Was it 51 or 52? I think it's 51. Yeah. But now they're trying to say that quote unquote so-called Black Americans didn't create hip hop. So that's a big discussion. They're saying that they didn't have any input in the creation of hip hop, and basically, quote unquote, African Americans don't have any culture and things of that nature. It's been a big conversation. It's actually a topic that I'm going to be discussing on another platform that I'm involved with. And I was at one time under the following the mainstream narrative as to where hip hop had its origins, because the mainstream narrative was that Kool Herc, was the father of hip hop. Kool Herc, of course, being uh, born in Jamaica, and he's credited with being the father of hip hop. And I was following that narrative and preaching that narrative, at one time. However, even with that, it was always known that the genre itself was a an African, what they call a Black American, African American expression, and creation. Because even though Kool Herc is from Jamaica, it was following the people here. That was the culture. It wasn't like he came and he brought Jamaican culture here, because the music that he was playing was American music. It wasn't reggae music that he was playing at the parties and things of that nature. And so it was always understood that where the influence came from, in terms of the style of dress, the way people talked, the uh the other elements and stuff like that. And now the conversation has shifted to include a whole bunch of even other people. Now they're saying it was everybody who created hip hop. They're saying everybody created hip hop. And the American didn't have anything to do with it. And when you talk about, hip hop, it has elements. It has breakdancing, it has graffiti, it has the MCing, it has the DJing, it has the, your whole swag, your whole persona. It has the knowledge, it's different elements, and it's, and I always knew that when it came to the rapping aspect of it, I always used to tell people, well, the last poets, if you do your research, the last poets were doing a lot of that stuff that you hear going on in the rap music aspect of it, and as I said before, I was going with the narrative that it was Kool Herc and blah 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 blah. But again, upon further research, when you really research it, even the other elements like breakdancing and stuff like that, you find that stuff when you go back and you look at, James Brown, look at his moves, look at how he used to dance, look at the Nicholas brothers, look at Cab Calloway, and a host of other people from going way back, and even when it comes to the rapping aspect, a coworker of mine, an elder from my father's generation, he used to always tell me, he used to say, well, Jocko was the first MC. So, before, people were saying that MCing was coming from toasting from Jamaica. But, when he told me, he said, yo, check out Jocko, and yeah, I had to think about it, and Jocko Henderson, he's doing the same, like, rap pattern that you heard the old school rappers doing back in the days and stuff. And I was like, okay. And so you're talking about even before the last poets, and you know, people like Pigmeat Markham, you know, listen to Pigmeat Markham. And then you had other people from back in the 1940s. I'm talking about from here, from America, not from the Caribbean or from Puerto Rico or anywhere else, you know. So I had to, you know, I had to look even deeper and you say, hey, this stuff is not coming from anywhere else outside of the. Oh, this is Firebird. Hold on. Hey, Osio Firebird, I tried to call you earlier.
I just saw.
Oh, okay. Do you want to join in on the panel?
Oh, you got somebody on your panel?
No. Remember, I told you I'm just doing you know, just something impromptu, nothing.
What time?
I'm already on. I'm live right now.
Oh. Send me an invite.
Okay. That's Firebird. She wants to join in. Hold on. Let me send her an invitation. Don't let me forget my point, my train of thought there. Cousin, you could hold me to where I left off in the conversation. Let me just send Firebird an invite. Give me 1 second. Don't go anywhere. Let's see here. Invite. Gmail. Give me 1 second. Just takes a minute to. Okay, this is going to Firebird. Okay. All right, so it is sent. And I'll send her a text and let her know that the invite was sent. Give me 1 second. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Let's see. Invite. Let's see. On invite sent to your email. All right, and that's that. So yeah, so now where did I leave off at? Yeah, I went out to say, yeah, Frankie Crocker and Jocks. Yeah. You know, and so yeah, Jocko Henderson, people like you know, yeah, other people, you know, who were, you know, doing this stuff, you know. And there's another group, I forget their name right off of my head. They're from like the 40s and they're rapping, you know, I mean rapping like rapping, you know. And so this is okay. Alan Nasser says, yeah, Jocko was cool on the radio. Yeah, he was kicking that, you know, kicking that lingo, you know, just rapping, just like regular rapping, you know. And my coworker, he always say, yeah, well, Jocko was the first MC, you know, he was the first rapper, and he said MC, he said the first rapper, you know. And so I checked him out, but then upon further research, there were people even before Jocko, you know. And so this is something, hip hop was something that was homegrown, you know, and this is no knock to anyone from Puerto Rico or from the Caribbean, because the conversation is getting really heated right now. A lot of heated discussion, you know. Oh, here's Firebird here. Hey. I love the hat. Yeah.
I've been hatching it lately.
Oh, okay. Yes, I'm talking about hip hop right now. It's getting
Oh,
real heat.
okay.
It's
Well,
getting
that's
real.
your expertise. I'll sit back and listen. You're an expert on that topic.
It's getting real heated between the Latin American community and the quote unquote black community now about who created hip hop. And again, it's no discredit to anyone, from Puerto Rico, Latin America, or the Caribbean. As y'all know, the fierce truth seeker is of Caribbean. My mother's from the Caribbean, you know,
Right, right.
and we have both Latin American and English speaking Caribbean heritage. So it's
Yes.
no slight on any of the. Again, um, I don't have a dog in the fight. Being because I have both heritages, but I have to tell the truth. You know,
Well,
and
why all of a sudden when it was established a long time ago and no one really had a problem with it?
yeah, because I remember back in the days, even watching. See, I'm old enough to remember back in the days. This conversation wasn't even a debate in terms of now we're talking. Forget about the Jamaican aspect right now. Most of the heat is now coming from. Uh, okay, let's go backwards a little bit. So the rapper Fat Joe and Busta Rhymes, you know, they made some
Yeah,
comments.
yeah, yeah. What was that song he made?
Who?
Buster.
Oh, woo-ha.
Uh,
Woo-ha!
I almost was right. My nephews and everybody were really into it.
Yeah, yeah. Woo-ha! I got you
Yeah,
all in
yeah,
check. Yeah, so Buster made some comments and he said that black Americans have no culture.
Buster?
Yeah. And he was
Uh-oh.
saying that, it's the
Uh-oh.
he said it's the Jamaicans and the Caribbean people and the Latinos. I'm paraphrasing, that pretty much shaped hip hop. And it sparked a big uh argument. And Fat Joe
That
said that,
recently?
huh?
You said it recently?
This was actually, believe it or not, it was a couple of years ago, but it's resurfacing. It's trending now, and
Mm.
the conversation is resurfacing. And Fat Joe had said that because Fat Joe had said that Puerto Ricans created hip hop 50-50 with quote unquote black Americans. And so it sparked controversy. And Tariq Nasheed had did a documentary called Microphone Check on Netflix. And so he was talking about how it was actually not it was coming from quote unquote black American culture and not from Caribbean culture. And he was going way back into the history and showing where this stuff is, even though because they say, well, hip hop started in the Bronx, and they're relegating the origins of it to the Bronx. And but what he was saying in the documentary is that you had a lot of people who are in New York and in the Bronx and things of that nature migrated from the South. And you find a continuation of culture and things like graffiti and things of that nature. Breakdancing was always going on in the culture. It wasn't called by those names, but it was something that you would see you know, our people doing, you know. uh the graffiti, they say, came from a guy from Philadelphia named Cornbread. And yeah, and the influence started coming further north. And then, you know, things like breakdancing you saw going way back into the 40s and the 20s, you know, with like the Nicholas twins, even James Brown, you know, Cab Calloway. You see them doing the same moves that you see the breakdancers doing now, and others, you know, many others, you know. And so it's sparked a big, nasty. I mean, it's getting nasty, you know, name calling, you know, videos going back and forth, and you know, it's getting ugly right now. But I remember back in the days, a lot of the same people. Now we're just talking about people of Puerto Rican descent who back in the days said that hip hop came from, it was a black thing, it was black American culture. Now you find those same people changing their tune, and then, you know, they're not saying that it was a black thing no more.
Well, my son was a part of that era as well, and the
Yeah, your son and I are the same, you know, we're the same age.
yeah, I think he's a year younger than you. And the Latin brothers and sisters in the Bronx, they didn't have a problem with giving credit to the blacks.
Right, exactly.
So,
And yeah, you're right. You're right.
you
But what
know, I mean, he was in that inner circle like you, and he was even a part of the first breakdance contest at the Roxy.
oh wow.
And they gave all those people gave credit to the black community for creating it. They had no problem with it. I'm,
Right.
I'm sad to see it's such a turnaround for what do you say? How do you say it? Recognition or competitiveness.
Yeah,
All of a
well,
sudden,
yeah. Well, what they're saying is that there may be motives for that, because as you know now, breakdancing is in the Olympics.
it shouldn't be. I was excited about it, but some of those people look like they're having convulsions. Yeah,
Yeah, I know. But that's what they're
I
saying, is
was
that
all I was all excited at first, but when I saw that one young lady, oh my God,
yeah, yeah, exactly.
I could have
Oh
done
my
that.
goodness. Yeah, exactly.
You
Exactly.
know,
Yeah.
I could
So
just get on the floor and roll over like you practicing to put out the flames. You
yeah,
know,
like she's
in
having
school they used to tell you to roll over and
yeah,
practice.
yeah, stop, drop, and roll.
Exactly. Oh my God, it's terrible.
And so yeah, what, you know, it's like now people are questioning what the motive is, you know, for people, you know, saying that, you know. And again, it's not to take away credit, but when you do further research, then you see that the influence came from here, because the break beats that you hear in hip hop, it comes from funk, soul, R&B, you know, and jazz, and you know, so where is the Caribbean influence in that? Then come to find out, because they said before, well, it came from toasting in the sound system. But then what's been coming out lately with further research is that even the sound system and stuff, and the toasting and all that, you know, in the Caribbean, they were watching what was going on in America,
Of course.
you know. And so, and again, I don't have a dog in the fight. My, like I say, I'm part Caribbean myself. So, and even on my father's side, we got Caribbean roots as well. So, but as yourself and Elder Two Feathers gave me the name in the naming ceremony, Fierce Truth Seeker, so I have to tell the truth. I'm bound by my name. I'm bound by my name. So I can't tell a lie.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something that you can't get emotional about, but again, when you look at the culture, the style of dress in hip hop, it comes from America. Even the slang that they use, you don't hear Jamaican patois in hip hop slang.
Mm-hmm.
You don't hear Spanish words in hip hop slang. You don't see, the colors, the dress with, all the different colors, or, wearing travel fox shoes and stuff like that from the Caribbean in hip hop dress. And you don't see that, you don't hear any of that in the music. Now maybe later on, not even maybe later on, like in the early 90s and things of that nature, people started adding elements, like you hear a little Jamaican influence, like Busta Rhymes. Like people are saying, okay, people saying this, well, Busta Rhymes never talked about being Jamaican and this, that. That's not true, because I knew Busta Rhymes before he was even a signed artist. And no, he always, he never hid the fact that he had Jamaican ancestry, you know, and I can tell you that for a fact, because my old producer produced half of the Leaders of the New School album. I was right there when the Leaders of the New School signed their record deal.
Oh, wow.
I was right there in the studio when they were recording their album, right in Power Play Studio in Long Island City. It's just, I don't want to get too much into my history and this, that, and the other, but so he always he never hid the fact that he was Jamaican, this, that, and the other. That's people don't know what they're talking about. A lot of these
Right. More slander.
yeah, but the thing is that Busta Rhymes still, even though he didn't hide it, but the culture in terms of hip hop it was American culture. You see what I'm saying? In terms of hip hop is an American expression, and the art, the art form itself, all of that, even though the song that you mentioned earlier, woo-ha, that comes from the Sugar Hill Gang. Okay, the Sugar Hill Gang, that was, one of the Sugar Hill Gang songs. So, woo-ha, I got you all in check. You go back and listen to the Sugar Hill Gang. So, it's American culture, funk. You go back and you listen to funk, funk music, you see a heavy influence, heavy,
So are this new generations that's starting those rumors, is it going over big for them?
You talking about the
Ones
Caribbean?
that, yeah, they're saying that it came from the Hispanic or Latin community.
It's actually not even the new generation. It's the old generation. They're going back on what they said originally. and that's why people are questioning what the motive is. Because I tell you, I had a documentary here back in the days. I still have it on VHS tape. It's called The Freshest Kids,
Uh-huh.
and it had Crazy Legs and other Latin American break dancers. It was about b-boys, about break dancing, and they're saying that well, Crazy Legs said out of his own mouth, hip hop, that was that Moreno style.
Mm.
He said it right in the documentary, and then you had somebody else in that same documentary who said that when the Latinos came into breakdancing, it was no longer a Black American thing.
Right, right.
So now we're hearing a different conversation. So
Mhm.
it's very. I didn't mean to go off on a tangent on that, but that's just something I've been the conversation I've been checking out recently. I'm going to be doing a talk on that on another platform that I'm involved with. But
Be
yeah,
nice if we could do a documentary
yeah. Well, actually, I was working on a hip hop documentary.
and include
About
all
a
of this,
year ago.
all of this new philosophy and Pinocchioism, and you can use that one.
Yeah,
Hi, I'm Anasa. Now
yeah.
you said
Hey, shout out to my cousin Halima Kelly. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for joining in.
now
Yeah,
you said my question is about the graffiti. Are you talking about, you said it started where?
with this guy named Cornbread from Philadelphia,
From Philadelphia. It's did he start it on the subway or
writing on the walls.
writing on the walls?
It might have been on the subway too. I'm not sure. Um, did they go into it more in depth on Tariq Nasheed's documentary called Microphone Check?
Right,
hmm
right. Well, I'd like to find out more about that.
Yeah. You know,
Now,
and I
was
was talking.
Cornbread, was he a brother, or
hmm
was he from Puerto Rico?
No, not at all.
Where could I find out about him?
I'll send you some links.
Okay,
hmm
because they made that also seem like it was from New York proper.
Yeah, exactly. But what you find out is that a lot of that, a lot of that stuff is just a continuation of our culture. You
Mhm.
know, just it just changed. You know,
Now,
it changed over time. It had a name. It became a packaged and but it's still the same thing. You know,
yeah, they have a museum of hip hop.
yeah.
Where is it located?
They have museum out here in the Bronx somewhere.
Oh, I like
I
to go
haven't been
there
there.
and see if things are different, if said differently there, and you know what I'm saying.
Oh well, they're gonna go with the original narrative. They're not gonna be talking about what we're talking about right now.
Mm.
They're gonna be talking about the mainstream narrative.
Well, I wanted to know if some of the same people that are saying different now have quotations in that museum. I would like to be a fly on the wall to see.
Mm, yeah. Awanasa is asking, what about Basquiat? Um, I'm not familiar with. Are you familiar with that? Fiber.
Well, I don't really know that much about hip hop on that level, only to watch it and to know a few artists, but not really behind the scenes or historically any of that stuff. I didn't get that, that involved in it. Oh, hog maw, cornbread, and collard greens. Hey, beep, beep.
Dog Mars,
Hey,
more than collard greens.
Aranasa and I can hang.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And true, yeah, they were you know, the whole, Latin influence, what the conversation is, that it's not that there was not contributions from Caribbean people, whether they be from the Caribbean or the Spanish speaking Caribbean or Latin America. The conversation is who originated it, and that's what's been the topic of the heated debate. And what we find is that, our people here in North America are the ones who originated it, and that's what the argument is. But they're making it seem like the conversation is that Latin Americans didn't have anything to contribute to that, or Caribbean people in general, Jamaicans, you know, didn't have a contribution. And that's not what the argument is. The argument that they're having is who originated it,
Mm-hmm.
not those who, came along later and added to the conversation. So that's why, it's been so heated. I mean, it's getting out of control.
Where are they going to get with it, though?
I know.
It's already established. The artist is still alive, basically.
Hmm.
That can debate them. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
where are they getting their research from?
I know. I know. But people are saying it might be financial.
Yeah, of course.
Because
Why
hip hop, I remember hip hop is $1 billion industry. So people are
So,
looking at this right
alien
here.
research. I'm an alien.
People are looking at this right here, that finance,
Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of money in hip hop. That's worldwide now.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
But
break dancing.
but what people are saying now, from they have these FBA people now, they call themselves Foundational Black Americans, you know, they're saying now that what's happening in hip hop is the same thing that happened with the blues, what happened with rock and roll, what happened with jazz, and all these other genres that people tried to take credit for. Country music, same thing. They're saying that that's what's happening in hip hop now, and they're saying if we don't nip it in the bud now, then a lie that's constantly told and not checked becomes truth.
Mm-hmm.
you know and so that's why it's such a big conversation now. you know
Bad you can't get some the artists on your show. That
oh,
would
I
be
can, yeah, I can get some artists. Yeah,
that would be a great show.
that's not, yeah,
Educational.
yeah, that's not a problem. you know um because I've had other, you know I had another show where that's what I did, was have people in the entertainment industry. you know
Well,
um
bring it on back.
yeah.
These people are
Yeah,
ridiculous. You know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's just been interesting. See, I'm listening to the conversation from someone who, you know, heard the conversation decades ago, and it's changed now. That's why I find it interesting, because I heard a different conversation back in the days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I didn't mean to go off on a tangent on that. But now let's talk about yourself and the parade. I was talking about the parade earlier. Um, and actually, I'm going to get off of here in about 10-15 minutes, because we've been on here going on an hour now. But
I missed a lot, huh?
yeah, but yeah, I did tell them, remind the viewers about the parade. Anything that you want to talk about with regards to the parade and upcoming events and things like that?
October 19th, Saturday, starting at Madison Square Garden to East Broadway, 17th Street. 8 o'clock lineup, 9 a.m. Speakers start. Between 9 and 10, entertainment. We're going to do some dancing in the street. We're going to be doing round dances and intertribals and keep the momentum going. We have uh, two singers that are coming. One is your dad, the great Blase, uh, who's also a part of the Jackie Wilson story. You can give the audience your correct title uh,
Yeah.
and about the movie. I would appreciate it. Um, we're having dignitaries come.
Don't forget about Lydia too.
Yeah, I spoke to a young lady today. Her daughter is 6 years old. They're coming all the way from New Mexico. The Navajo and the Apaches are coming. The Chata people from Louisiana are coming. The Lenapes of Pennsylvania are coming. The Uncle Chunk are coming. Members of the Shinnecock are coming. Members of the Montauk's are coming. Members of the Sadacock Nation, all of them of Long Island are coming. Matinacock uh, chief is coming. Hopefully, we have Jamani Wilson, the public advocate, speaking for the third year. The little girl from New Mexico, she holds some type of title. Her mother didn't really tell me, but they're flying in all the way from New Mexico, the Navajo Nation, to highlight her and let her fellowship with the the parade members and the children from various tribes that are coming. And we're all excited. They sound very excited. We have someone from the Crow Nation coming from upstate New York. She's also a veteran as well. And she's all excited. They found out about the parade on www.powwows.com, who advertises us every year. Um, it's a lot of work. As soon as, what can I say? As soon as one parade in, we start working. It takes a year's process. We currently keep up changing the flyers, um, because new people add on as marching. We have so far two Ecuadorian nation dance troops coming. We're very, 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 very excited. So many people are joining in. So many people are happy that the parade has been started after so many years. You know the deal, Fierce.
Mm.
Uh, one thing I like to say: some people confuse the parade with Indigenous Peoples Day.
Right.
No, that's always like a week ahead. A lot of us feel that every day is Indigenous Peoples Day. No government can once again put aside a day for us when we should be celebrating every day, every opportunity we can as a people and allies. we're not knocking Indigenous Peoples Day. That's not what I'm saying. But this is a celebration of the indigenous peoples of the Americas. And, we do different events as individuals and as a collective. And it's just wonderful. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it because we're growing. We're networking with each other. I'll be interviewed um, this week coming. Young man, I'm not sure if he's Pamunkey or whatever, but his people are from Virginia, and his co-host, she's Nanacoke Lenape, a distant cousin, and they're going to invite me. They're going to speak at the parade. I'm inviting people to become community partners in our effort to grow and do our thing. I could go on for days and days and days. We're doing photography, we're doing film, uh, we're trying to do different dance events and art as well as political. The MMIW, Murdered Men, Women, and Children organization from various tribes that they join in together. They wear red. They wear red across the mouth as a symbol of defiance. They're coming. We have the Honorable Sharon Pinckney of the Uncle Chunk Nation. She's doing a opening prayer. I hope to do a Cherokee blessing with my sacred pipe. Uh, Normally, we don't go really public, but you can, when you gather. Uh, I'm going to be giving a blessing with the sacred tobacco because we're not allowed to put a fire down in the street. So I'll be honoring the seven directions traditionally. And just a host of others are being involved. Uh, I probably will invite my brother, who's a medicine man, in the circle with me to give a blessing as well, to stand with me. So it's just wonderful. Thank you for the opportunity to update what we're doing. And I can't wait to see you then. We only got, what, a month and a half to go.
Yeah.
We don't, I really don't count October because that's it. October is for last minute catch ups and things like that. So I
Exactly.
would say that we have a month to go, and
Hmm.
that's, today's the first, and that's it. That's really it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really it. We have the Ramapo Nation coming from New Jersey, Nanaco, Ramapo, Lenape Hogan. That's the area of New York. That's our tribal lands, and they'll be there as well. The Taino Aztec Nation will be there. So every year somebody else joins in. It's wonderful.
Hmm.
So I'll be looking forward to you and Strong Bear Woman to be filming and taking pictures for me as well. I'll be doing that too. We both wear like three or four hats.
Hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so we're excited, very excited for the solidarity. Thank you so much for inviting me to share that news.
Oh, you're quite welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Quite welcome. All right, so we're gonna sign off now. Just wanted to touch bases and you know, just
Dun, 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 dun. That's the other side of me.
oh man.
You gotta let your hair down sometimes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We just wanted to, just do a check-in, and we got more coming. So,
Much more coming,
oh yeah.
you
All
know.
right. Yep. So I'm gonna close out the show with a little bit of music, closing music, and until the next time, Doda Dagaha E
Down the dock, honey.
Sarah May Ayo.
Wado, Wanishi.